What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my main event breakdown and prediction for UFC 289. We got Amanda Nunes going against Irene Aldana.
I need all the wins, yeah. Harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out.
And we are back breaking down another main event. This week we are breaking down the main event for UFC 289, and honestly it kind of feels like the Charles Oliveira Beneil Dariush fight is the main event, but we got a main event here. We got a title fight. We got a bantamweight title fight in the women's division. It was supposed to be Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes 3, which I was kind of looking forward to that fight, but kind of not really. But Pena had to pull out in steps Irene Aldana here. So we'll talk about it a little bit. It's a fight that I don't find that interesting, but you know, whenever Amanda Nunes fights, it is always fun. I'm a big fan of Amanda Nunes, so I guess I am looking forward to seeing her fight this Saturday. Better than nothing at all, I'd say. So before I get into it, if you guys can please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It's much appreciated. I did post my full card breakdown and prediction video already, but I did want to dive deeper into the main event, and I'm also going to dive deeper into the co-main event, Charles Oliveira Beneil Dariush. Should be on the lookout for that as well. All right, so we're going to get right into it here. We're going to start with Amanda Nunes, who is 35 years old, 5'8", with a 69-inch reach, 22-5 and 4-1 in her last 5 fights. We have Irene Aldana, who is 35 years old, 5'9", with a 68.5-inch reach, 14-6, and she is 4-1 in her last 5 fights. So we'll take a look at the odds here. So Amanda Nunes, I believe, is the second or third biggest favorite on the card, which is weird. Typically, you know, when she fights, she is the biggest favorite on the card, but she actually opened up minus 600, and she is now minus 325. And Irene Aldana opened up plus 425, and she is currently plus 250. So people are taking the dog shot here on Irene Aldana, and if people are betting on Aldana here, in my opinion, I don't think it's because of, you know, they think Aldana is more skilled than Amanda Nunes. I don't think it's because, you know, they think Aldana has a path to victory here, really. I think it's because they're trying to fade Amanda Nunes at a pretty big price tag. With that said, though, I mean, typically Amanda Nunes, she's usually like a much bigger favorite than this. So, you know, she's only minus 300, minus 325 on some books. So I wouldn't need much bigger plus money to fade her personally. And yeah, it's just a bunch of narrative stuff with Amanda Nunes, and I think it's going to be a bunch of narrative stuff going forward up until she's retired. And I think she will be retiring in the very near future. But like I said, skill for skill, I don't think it's relatively close at all. Irene Aldana, anytime she fights somebody halfway decent, she loses the fight. I mean, you know, take a look at Aldana's wins. I mean, atrocious wins, to be honest. Talita Bernardo, not good. Lucy Pitalova, not great. Betch Correa, not great. Vanessa Millo, oh my gosh. Yana Santos, who I swear, like the day or two after she came out and said she was pregnant, like I was like, are you fighting during the fight pregnant? Like, so that was weird. And then she beats Macy Chiasson. I went back and watched that fight, and like Chiasson was having success. Like Macy Chiasson, and I had a bet on Aldana. Chiasson was winning the second, not only winning the second round, but like dominating the second round. You know, she took Aldana's back. She got into mount. And at the end of the round, the announcers were talking about it potentially being a 10-8 round for Macy Chiasson. Like, if you're getting 10-8'd by Macy Chiasson, I don't know if you're ready for, you know, someone in Amanda Nunes who's the best of the best. Her best win, though, is over Ketlin Vieira, a fight that she did go out there and knock her out in the first round. So that was good, I suppose. But, you know, when she fought Holly Holm, she lost. She got dominated. She didn't look like she belonged up in this, you know, top of the division. She lost to Raquel Pennington. She lost to Caitlin Chukagian. So, yeah, anybody she fights somebody relatively solid, she loses the fight. And now she's fighting somebody very, very good in Amanda Nunes. So I personally don't get the Irene Aldana love outside of, hey, I'm going to go out there and try to fade Amanda Nunes because I don't think she's taken this fight serious, because I don't think she's, you know, she wants to be there. And, you know, that's a fair point, I guess. But we saw in her last fight against Juliana Pena that, you know, when she does show up, when she does look like she gives a crap, I mean, she's very good. And nobody can touch her, really. So yeah, it's a big narrative fight. Like, Amanda Nunes, she moved away from AT&T recently. I know she didn't train at ATT for her last fight, maybe even the fight before. So I don't really like to see that. Apparently, Nunes is having another kid as well. So, how much longer does she have left in the game? She's proven everything there is to prove. So, yeah, I mean, if she shows up here to this fight on Saturday and she didn't have the best camp, or she's coming in here, injured or whatnot, which that was the excuse in the Pena fight. Apparently, she was dealing with injuries and stuff and didn't have the best camp. So maybe there's some excuses here. But if Amanda Nunes shows up, she's ready to go, she's motivated, this fight's not even close. Like, I can't even make a case for Irene Aldana outside of Amanda Nunes just not being, 100%, not wanting to go out there and fight to the best of her abilities. What's interesting about this fight is Amanda Nunes is actually slightly younger than Irene Aldana. You kind of would think it'd be the other way around. Of course, Amanda Nunes definitely has a lot more fights. She's been in the UFC a lot longer, but I just thought that was interesting that Amanda Nunes is actually a little bit younger than Aldana, I think a couple months. So thought that was interesting. So we'll have to see. I'm curious to hear the interviews with Nunes. I'm curious to hear her motivation, for this fight. Because again, there's nothing left to prove. There's nothing left to prove at all. So I will say that Amanda Nunes does come in here 100% or close to it. And even if we don't get the best version of Amanda Nunes, I still think she can take down Aldana and finish her shortly after. Aldana does have good striking, solid volume, lots of power, does Aldana. But I do think, seeing Macy Chiasson take down Aldana, get into mount, take her back. I mean, if Macy Chiasson's having success on the mat against you, I mean, Amanda Nunes should just make it look pretty easy here. And I think it happens early on as well. So I do like Nunes here. Laying this price tag on Nunes, though, is not something I really want to do ever again, because there are those questions, there are those narrative things with Nunes, and if she does show up, not 100%, not prepared, but not ready to go, it could look very bad. But if we get the best version of Amanda Nunes or close to it, she's going to make this look easy, and this minus 325 is going to look like a steal like it did in the Pena fight. I think she was around minus 250 to minus 300 in the second Pena fight, and she looked minus 2,000. I mean, Pena did not look like she belonged in that fight, and that was because we got a motivated Amanda Nunes. So I'm going to take Nunes to win. To improve the price tag of Nunes, I don't hate Nunes inside the distance, currently sitting around minus 110, minus 115. I think it happens early. I think it happens within the first round, 2 rounds. I think she takes down Aldana and gets her out of there on the mat. So I like Nunes inside the distance here. I think the under is probably solid. The over-under set at 2.5 rounds. The under 2.5 is minus 115. The over 2.5 minus 115. So about a pick 'em there. I would lean towards this going to the under. Fight doesn't go to decision, minus 260. Probably a solid parlay piece. Both these fighters do have finishing upside. Aldana does hit very hard, and Nunes hits very hard as well. And then Nunes also has the path to finish the fight on the mat also. So I think violence is the way to go in this main event. But I do think it is going to be Amanda Nunes getting her hand raised. And I'm curious to see, is this, I don't think it's her retirement fight. But it is going to be something to monitor going forward. I think her retirement fight is coming up within the next couple fights here for Nunes. I'm not sure if this is going to be the one, but I feel like we're getting close, which is scary when we're talking about laying a big price tag on her. So give me Nunes. I will say final prediction, submission round 1. I think she takes her down and gets her out of there shortly after. But that is about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know who you guys have down in the comments. I know a lot of people are on the Aldana side this week. I don't get it personally at all, outside of it being like a narrative, like Nunes doesn't want to be here, Nunes is retiring stuff. But skill for skill, this fight isn't remotely competitive, but we will see. Crazier things have happened before. Be sure to leave a like on the way out, subscribe to the channel on the way out as well. I'll be going live Tuesday, breaking down this card a little bit more, just talking throughout the chat, because I will not be around on Friday, so doing that Friday live stream on Tuesday, so be sure to check that out. And then also, I'll be going live on Wednesday for some best bet. We got me, we got Lou Betcha, we got Blood Money bets, and then we have one more. Oh, Gordo. We got Gordo coming on. So be sure to hit the post notifications. I'll be going live twice early in the week, and I'll also be getting out my betting breakdown video early as well. So lots coming out, lots of early content, because I will be away on a cruise starting on a Thursday. So I'll probably miss most of the card, but I'm going to try to catch some of these fights on the cruise for sure. But yeah, guys, best of luck. we'll talk to you guys very soon, and enjoy the fights on Saturday. Should be a very good pay-per-view card coming up here. See you later.